Hey everybody, Michael here, playing Nancy Drew, Legend of the Crystal Skull. Right now, I think I'll talk to Henry.
Yes?
Do you think I could borrow your keychain? The one that has Bruno's glass eye on it?
You want to borrow it? What for?
Actually, all I really want is the eye. I mean, it's just so cool.
What if you break it?
I won't. I'll be really careful, I promise.
I don't think I want to take that chance. Sorry.
Oh, come on, Henry. I really needed to solve the glass eye puzzle.
How come your great uncle's crypt is in the garden and not in the cemetery?
Don't ask me. It's kind of weird. Apparently, he built the crypt himself, but he never indicated in his will or anywhere else that that's where he wanted to be buried. I stuck his ashes in there anyway and had the thing inscribed. If that's not what he wanted, too bad.
Wow, you're not being very compassionate there, Henry.
The box of your great uncle's things that you sold to Zeke's curio shop, that was a no-no, wasn't it?
What box of things? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
The guy who owns the shop said you sold him a box of assorted items. I'm assuming they used to be Bruno's.
Well, somebody screwed up somewhere because I haven't sold anything to anybody. Why would I sell one lousy box of stuff when I'm about to inherit a whole house full of stuff? Get real.
You sold it because you needed some quick cash in order to keep Summer happy, didn't you?
How do you know about her?
Playing detective is actually a lot more than a hobby with me. I could make a lot of trouble for you, Henry, but if you come clean...
Nancy is basically blackmailing Henry right here. Nancy.
Tell me about Summer.
She's this girl I'm in love with. I think she loves me back, but she's so unpredictable it drives me nuts.
Well, of course she's unpredictable, Henry. She's a girl. Ah ha ha! Just kidding, everybody. Just kidding. But seriously, girls can be unpredictable, especially if the girl is named Nancy Drew and all of a sudden she's gonna start blackmailing Henry. I mean, since when does Nancy blackmail people?
You argue a lot?
All the time, mostly over how schizoid she is. I mean, I never know what's gonna make her happy. Like, just before I left, I took practically every bit of cash I had and bought her a bunch of CDs. You know, to keep her occupied while I was gone, right? Well, soon as I get here, she calls and says her sound system just went bluey, and I had to buy her a new one, because what good were the CDs I bought her if she couldn't play them? So then
you threw a bunch of Bruno's things into a box and sold it to that curio shop.
Yeah, I wired her the money, but then she called and said she also needed new headphones. Next call, it was new speakers, and now she expects me to buy her a flat-screen TV. When I try to talk to her about always wanting more like that, she gets really mad. But I'm afraid if I don't give her what she wants, I'm afraid she'll dump me. And I couldn't take that. I mean, she's the only girlfriend I've ever had. Ever will have, probably. Look, you don't need to go telling Renee or any of those lawyers about selling that stuff, right?
Oh, now I feel really bad for Henry. Come on, Henry, you can do better than her. Why don't you dump Summer? I'm sure you can get another girlfriend. A better girlfriend. Come on, Henry, you can do this. And instead of being positive, Nancy is just going to blackmail him.
I guess I could just forget all about it. Especially if you were to, say, do something for me.
I know. You still want the glass eye? Take it. Go ahead. It's all yours. You want something, I want something. Take it and we're even, okay?
Well, it's not like you sold off half the estate or anything.
$300. That's all I've gotten out of his estate. I swear. Go on, take it.
Okay, fine, Henry, fine. And do I just back away? I think I'm supposed to back away.
I was naughty. But from now on, I'll be nice, I promise.
I forgot about that line. It sounds like he's talking to Santa Claus. He wants to get off the naughty list and onto the nice list.
Do you know anything about the crystal skull that was in that box of junk you sold to Zeke's?
There wasn't any crystal skull in that box.
Are you sure? It would have been inside another box.
Well, I did throw in some smaller boxes. Like I said, I was just grabbing stuff. Was it valuable?
All I really know for sure right now is that it's missing.
Great. Be just my luck to have sold something that wasn't junk to that glorified trash collector.
Henry, I thought you said you would be nice. Newsflash, calling other people names isn't very nice.
I'm going to keep looking around.
Groovy.
Groovy. Alright, groovy hepcats, what do we do now? Let me see. We solved all of these puzzles. Except for the final one. You can't solve the final one until you have all 25 eyes. We have another puzzle, right? Here. The last denizen buried on my guard will start you a-hunting through the graveyard. What's written in the headstone will lead you to another, and so on and so forth, till tiny treasure you discover. This is basically a longish collection quest. Let's get started, everybody. The last person buried on his guard is obviously the last person here. Tammy Tasselman. Tammy Tasselman. Okay, so we write Tammy Tasselman.
That looks like the right name.
That is the right name, Nancy, and she is buried in the Terra Siesta. Terra Siesta. So that's like Spanish for sleeping ground. Actually, if it was Spanish, it would be tierra. Yeah, tierra. There's an I in there. In the Spanish version. Oh well, close enough. Terra firma, terra. Yeah. Terra is Latin. Tierra is Spanish. Same word though. Different languages. Very similar. Tammy Tasselman. Couldn't sleep without a peep, so when she died, we buried her deep. And this clue leads you to another person. So let's go back to the book. This is basically how the puzzle works. We have to go back to the book every single time we get a new clue and find somebody who fits the description. Couldn't sleep without a peep. Couldn't sleep without a peep. Couldn't sleep without a peep. Do you see any names which deal with sleeping? No. No. We will find this person eventually. Shaquille Narciso. No, that's not it. Here it is. Constant snoring. See, constant snoring, it sounds like constant snoring. So now we have to go to the Crowing Crypt. Or Crowing Crypts. Let's type her name. Constance Snoring.
That's gotta be it.
Yep. So let's go to her grave at the Crowing Crypts. According to my notes, there are about 9 or 10 of these clues you have to solve. So we're going to have to go back and forth between the graveyard and the Book of Clues. Well, not the Book of Clues, the Register of Names. An awful lot before we finish this puzzle.